Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I am whispering because I am in the gym changing rooms. I'm very scared that someone's gonna walk in. I've got a massive, huge camera and they're gonna walk in and see this big thing and be like, what the hell is this girl doing? So today I'm gonna be showing you guys my updated 2024 workout plan, mainly my lower body days, because my upper body days are so varied. So we actually have 2 workouts in the week. So we've got glute day number 1, glute day number 2. I'm only gonna show you guys my glute days because that's my main focus anyways. I know as like a fitness person, I shouldn't really be saying that. It is important to train upper body, but at the same time, very realistically and very honestly, I've been extremely busy and sometimes I genuinely do have only 2 days to go to the gym, and you bet those are going to be glute days. More towards summer, I'll probably plan like a cardio abs day and upper body day, but that can be done further down the line. So today I'm going to be showing you my 2 lower body days that I'm going to be doing for the next like 2 to 3 months. Workout to workout, I'll be progressively overloading. So same structure, just changing around the reps, the sets, the tempo, the weights, etc. I will walk you through everything and then also talk you through what I'm going to be doing to implement progressive overload in those days. If you don't have progressive overload, your glutes will plateau and they will not grow. So we have 2 glute focused leg days coming in hot. I'm going to show you and walk you guys through each one, what I do for absolute ultimate max booty growth. This is me almost 2 years ago, and then this was me like maybe a few months ago, right before I started bulking. So this is like the progress I've made in about a year and a half. The full fit is of course Alphalete. Code Bela to save some money when you go to buy anything from them. It's time to go. Hello guys, welcome to this workout. So I've already foam rolled, so I've done some dynamic stretching and just done a good warm up before actually jumping into the weights like I always do. It's very important so we don't injure ourselves. And you might think like, oh, it's fine, I'll never get injured. Trust me, you really can. Once you start building up that load over time, it does add up and you definitely can get injured. So please warm up. I've also done a lighter weight just to get my glutes fired up in this position right before this. And then I jump in and I do my first working set. So this is 3 sets of 15. We're trying to work through all of the kind of key rep ranges in hip thrust. So I kind of like to do 15 and then 10 to 12 and then 6 to 8. So we really work our glutes through like the heavier weights, but then also the lighter weights, which help us really focus on mind muscle connection. I try and really think about my glutes like pushing all of the weight forward. I know that sounds strange, but I try to like visualize it in my mind, and it makes the world of a difference to have that mind muscle connection where you're actually imagining like the muscle that you're trying to grow and the muscle that you're trying to use. It really helps to take the pressure off like your quads and your hamstrings and just kind of really focus on your glutes. I know it sounds strange, but there is actually science to back this. They did a study where people would imagine weightlifting whilst just being at home, and they actually saw activity in those muscles that they were imagining. So yeah, there is actual science to back this theory, but here we're doing 3 sets of 10 to 12. And then finally, for the last one, we are doing 2 sets of 6 to 8. So this should be like your absolute max. Like you should be actually dying by the end of those 6 to 8 reps. If you can even get the weight up on the last rep, you're not going heavy enough. You should really be like actually failing the last rep. So like pushing yourself to the absolute limit and still not being able to fully complete the last rep. Next up, we have sumo deadlifts. These are one of my favorites, like my all-time favorites. I always go back to this exercise. I know RDLs are like the new big crave trend at the moment, but you can't fail a good sumo deadlift. I feel it so much in my glutes. So if RDLs haven't been working for you and you've tried them and you just can't seem to get your glutes to fully engage, please do try sumo deadlifts. These are like, they just hit every time. Like I walk out of the gym with the biggest glute pump ever when I do these. And we are doing 4 sets of 10 for these. Sometimes I also do them like a pyramid, like the hip thrust we just did. So I do like a lighter weight first, higher reps, and then after that I do heavier weight and then lower reps. It'll really just depend on week to week. So like I mentioned at the start of the video, focus a lot on progressive overload. So for example, week 1, I would have started at 3 sets for 10 on sumos. And then the week after that, I'll do 4 sets of 10. And then the week after that, I'll do 4 sets of 12. The week after that, I'll increase the weights. So I'm constantly increasing something. So yeah, just constantly progressively overloading. So I don't do the exact same like reps and sets and weight every single week. I would recommend starting on maybe like everything, 2 to 3 sets of, let's say, like 8 to 10, and then week to week, adding an extra couple of reps or an extra set or adding more weight to the bar. So yeah, kind of constantly be progressively overloading week to week. So next up, I like to do a single leg exercise every workout just to balance everything out, because sometimes I can have a bit of a glute imbalance. My right side tends to be slightly bigger and slightly stronger than my left side. So it's always good and it's just good practice to add like single leg unilateral exercises into it. So here I'm just doing lunges. I absolutely adore lunges. I am more of a lunge kind of gal than like a Bulgarian split squat. I tend to hate Bulgarian split squats, so I avoid them like the plague, but I do still do them because they are a great exercise. Next up, we have kickbacks, which will really help that top shelf area of your glutes. So I actually just add kickbacks in every workout. There are a bunch of variations that you can do for kickbacks, but I just find that these help my glutes the most. Like, my glutes feel the most activated with kickbacks. I enjoy them as well. They are fun to do, and I also just like the fact that you can also progressively overload on the cable machine, whereas with bands and things like that, it gets a little trickier to progressively overload. I just feel like cable kickbacks are an absolute staple, and sometimes I swap them out, but very rarely, because they are so amazing at really working that top shelf of your glutes. I'll typically do a higher rep range for these because obviously it's an isolation exercise, so we want to be going for higher reps because we don't want to just be doing like a 1 rep max for cable kickbacks, otherwise you will probably get injured. So yeah, higher reps I like to do in between 12 to 20, so I do 3 sets of 12 to 20 for these. Maybe start off with 3 sets or 2 sets of 12 and then slowly work your way up on the same weight to 20, and then once you've hit 20, go back to 12 and get the weight higher, and etc. And you kind of keep progressively overloading like that from there. And then last of all, we have hip abduction. This is just good to train the sides of your glutes, so gluteus medius. Some say that it doesn't grow your glutes necessarily. Some people do. There's different studies on each theory. I like to believe that they do. I really do see a difference personally in the size of my glutes when I train these consistently, but I do have to mention that there is research pointing to both ends of the spectrum here. However, it tends to lean more towards the fact that they do help grow your glutes overall anyways. So yeah, I still like to incorporate them. Do as you may with this information. I will probably swap them out next workout and do a different glute isolation exercise, but yeah, these are just one that I kind of have in my mix. Okay, workout 2, let's get it. And yes, I am doing hip thrusts again, the exact same way I did them in the last workout. Again, hip thrusts are just ones that like I cannot miss in a workout. They are just the absolute best for overall glute development. Like, these will give you probably the most progress out of everything in terms of isolating the glutes. So if you really don't like having bigger legs per se, and you really want to isolate the glutes as much as you can, hip thrusts are your best friend. I really recommend training legs because I think having massive glutes with very skinny legs does look a bit strange. So I do think training legs just makes everything look a lot more in proportion. But if you are one of those type of people that you really despise like quads and hamstrings and you just want glutes, just hip thrust away, my friend. Next up, we are doing RDLs. I still love this exercise. It's still a great exercise. Do I slightly prefer sumos? Yes. Do I still love RDLs? Also yes. So I have them in this workout and sumos in the other workout. And sometimes I'll only do sumos, sometimes I'll only do RDLs. I'll kind of swap it around every 6 to 8 weeks or so. That's how often I sort of slightly alter my workout plan, just so that my glutes don't plateau. Because if you do the exact same thing with no progressive overload forever, your glutes will just sort of stagnate. But then also, if you change your workouts around too much, like if you're constantly doing different exercises every session and you're not staying consistent with the exercises that you're doing, which allows you to then track the exercises and then do progressive overload, that's also extremely bad, because then you don't know whether you're actually improving session to session, and obviously having progressive overload, which is the main driver of muscle gains. Next up, we have single leg RDLs. This is just a nice little variation of, a unilateral exercise. I really like these to just kind of, they're in my mix of exercises, so I'll have like a list of unilateral exercises that I'll kind of change around every 6 to 8 weeks, like I mentioned before, or even sometimes even a bit longer than that. And these are kind of in my mix. I've been really enjoying these recently. I've definitely grown to have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Bulgarians. I did them in my last training split, and I just kind of want a break from them, they're great, but they're also annoying. I think it's the whole foot on the bench situation. I can never get comfortable. I can just never get comfortable. But here's another variation of the RDL that you could do as well. I'd say pick one of those, whichever one feels more comfortable to you. Oh my gosh, you know what? What a surprise. We are doing cable kickbacks again. Can you even believe it? What a shocker. So yeah, cable kickbacks once again, guys. Same situation as the last workout. Nothing really different here. Just stick to like the same reps and sets as the last one, and the weight and everything like that. Probably progressively overload these two together since they're the exact same exercise. Make sure you write a note of everything down on your phone so you can actually track your reps, your sets, and also your weight, so you know that each week you're getting better and better and better. That is the key to any good workout. We are doing hip abduction once again on this workout, same exact situation as the last one, and that is the whole thing. I actually filmed this entire video, so the 2 workouts all today, and my bum is honestly exhausted. I do have a glute pump though, which I will show you. We've got a little glute pump going on as well. But yeah, it was an intense workout, that's for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely a bit of a comeback for me. I want to be so much more active on YouTube. I know I always say this, but I actually really miss the YouTube community, like a lot. I feel like YouTube is just a nicer environment for a chat. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 months. And then I'm going to start implementing more actual specific cardio days and ab days and stuff like that. But for now, I just do what I feel like doing. If I don't have time, I just stick to these 2 good workouts because I can see progress in the main area that I want to see progress in. If you don't want to train up a body that much as you do lower body, if glutes is your main priority, I honestly don't care what anyone else says. I don't care if someone's like, you only do glutes. Yeah, because that's my goal. If you have a goal, don't be scared to just focus on that goal if you really want to, especially if you're starting out. No one has the time to just be in the gym 24/7. I understand that as well. And people have, 9 to 5 jobs, work long hours. You don't have time maybe to go into the gym every day. Just pick the one that you want the most progress in. If you want bigger glutes, do this type of plan. If you want to get really lean, then, implement more cardio into your routine. But yeah, this plan is for people that want to focus on growing their glutes specifically. Any questions whatsoever, please leave them down below. Also, make sure to go follow Bela's Fit Guide and my main page, Bela Fernandez. So I've been posting a lot more on Bela's Fit Guide. I've been really enjoying the community on there and having a lot of fun with it. So make sure to follow those 2 pages, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. I have a very good video coming up next, which you shall see. All shall be revealed. All right. Goodbye, guys. I'm going to leave now before someone finds me doing this by myself in the changing rooms. Okay, bye.